Smacking, cracking, and watching. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe. American Crime Story, The Assassination of Gianni Versace. This episode is called The Man Who Would Be Vogue. Out the gate, you guys, I really need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not going to do either one of those, if you don't want to drop a comment, just make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by February 20th. You know, YouTube's making all these crazy changes, so I really need to hit 1,000. I think I'm at 592 as of right now. I appreciate you guys. You know, I rock with y'all. I love y'all. Let's get into 9 episodes strong. This is the first out, and I'm extremely excited. We watched OJ's trial. We know what FX is capable of bringing, and this one is going to be fierce. What are you looking forward to seeing? A brilliant collection. His relationship with his boo Antonio, lavish lifestyle, champagne, drugs. We know they had cocaine flowing heavily back then. Runaway walks, fights, sibling relationship with Santos and Donatella. Them to make sense of Andrew. I want Andrew's story intertwined constantly with what's going on with the Versace family. I want to see the publicity. I know it was a whole bunch of bang bang bang. Sex is a part of the world. I'm sure that was going on. Design, seamstresses, music, the public eye. Like I said, publicity as far as star power. They were the people who Donatella kind of brought, like, hey, look at our collection. We have celebrities. I'm here for it. We all watched the movie. We watched the movie in 2013, House of Fashion, and it was good. I thought Gina did a wonderful job as Donatella. I thought Enrico was off the chain as Gianni, and Ricky Martin's involved with this project. He's going to be playing Gianni's boyfriend, Antonio, who's played by Stefano, who did a really good job. You know, this beautiful man. Donatella by Gina then is going to be Penelope now. Edgar Ramirez, I'm ready for him to just step into this and be this man. He had such a big personality in that first TV movie, man. I'm excited to see that. He said some really good things in that film. Art is intentional. It's got to flow. My only beef with the TV movie that came out a couple years ago is it went extremely fast once it got to July 1997. July 1997 is when he passed away. It just was very fast. It was rushed. It was the reading of the will. It was his death, the reading of the will, rehab for Donatella, and Allegra kind of everything being left to her and her coming into her own womanhood. It was really quick, so I can see where they can pace it out in these 9 episodes and let it make sense to all of us. Before we dive into episode number 1, I just want to hit y'all with a quote. Donatella said it best when it comes to Versace items. She makes things that wives would want to wear, daughters would want to borrow, and she's always got to take care of the mistresses. Hello. Let's get into it. Start the series off in 1997, and then we take it back to 1990. Okay, and we're following Andrew. Out the gate, I'm thinking this guy is having some mental issues, and he's daydreaming this and fantasizing this connection with Gianni, because in the 2013 made-for-TV movie, they said that there was no relation, that he did not know Andrew. So that's the only thing that made me think, is this guy tripping? Is he delusional? What are we doing? But what I will say, y'all, the interior design in that Versace mansion in Miami, okay, beautiful. The woodwork. He's rocking his own design. I mean, come on. The stairs, the cabinets, the ceilings, the floors. Come on, man. Oh, gate. The opera music playing a great part, playing a huge role in the momentum of the beginning. Wow, the show is fire, man. The show is really fire. The soundtrack is popping. You know what? It was sad though. The first like 3-4 minutes, I was so like, it just darkened and dampened my mood, because it's like, yo, this is the morning that this guy died. Like, this is his routine before. And is that the issue? Is it because he was a man of routine? And then you start thinking, okay, why did Andrew choose these particular men? What's the deal with his thigh wound? Why didn't Gianni have security with him that morning? Did his boo have something to do with this? So many questions, but regardless, let's take it back one more time. That pink robe, his pink robe. Ooh. When the camera panned to Andrew, we then understand what the title of this episode meant when it came to Vogue. The book he's holding. Premeditated. This dude has some anxiety. He has some clear issues. We're seeing this whole slur with the F word all in the bathroom stall. We see him gratifying himself. over a bed and immediately you're like, is he involved in a three-way, or is this chick his friend and she's protecting him, or is this his sister? You kind of are trying to get the feel for everything, because this series is about an investigation. Don't get it twisted. We're learning both sides, and that's what I like about what they're bringing with this series. But he's off the chain, man. He's living his fantasies, at least it seems to be, this fast life of lies, 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 thief, hustling, man. I tell people what they want to hear. I have nothing. To see it. It was super cool to see him sitting in his towel, dreaming, looking at all these various magazines on the floor, looking up to see in a naked ass closet. And then him going into another room, and there's just endless possibilities of white shirts and ties and gold watches and suits. And he's like, dang, I look good. I'm fly. I could do this. I could live this life. And he's hustling. But it was super cool to, it was very interesting, and it almost took you out of what you're used to seeing, because he had a dad hat on, you know what we call dad hats, which is just a hat that you can bend the rim or whatever, but usually they say stupid pictures of dumb sayings, and that one was blank, so it kind of really put you in that 1997 throwback. And to see people out at a restaurant when Gianni went to go get his newspapers and magazines, to see those people not on a cell phone, that really was the thing, the kicker, to be like, yo, what are we doing in 2018? House phones ringing in the background. The soundtrack puts you right in the been around the world, you know what I mean? Like in the club scene, that was pretty cool. I think they got it very well. You know what I mean? What do y'all think? Drop in comments below. This investigation is screwed, basically, man. It is so screwed, so contaminated, so messed up. First of all, they had a good lead, because the tennis instructor or coach, whatever, he actually chased down Andrew, saw him face to face, got put at gunpoint, and he ran, I guess he had a clothing description, maybe? Nah, I don't think so. Anyway, he gave them a direction to travel. The fool went in the parking garage. He had this whole manic episode in there. He's hot, he's cold, he's happy, he's sad, he's angry. Same as we saw him in that ocean water, screaming his face off. He's not wired tight, man. Not at all. He got away. The police end up, Miami Beach police end up chasing the wrong person. Suspect, red shirt on the roof. I don't know who it is. Who is that? Everybody, let's go chase him. And it sucks, because it seems as if at that moment, how it's portrayed on television, like they just gave up and they exhausted all what they were doing, and they went full-fledged at whoever they captured, who was just somebody trying to get some quarters out of a car. It really, really hurt, and it sucked to see him getting the Medusa head on his black Versace t-shirt split down the middle, cracking open the head as they're attempting to basically resuscitate him if they could. And 921, he passed away. Hold CPR. That was sad. Now, for the shady are the people, the spectators on scene. You got people ripping ads out of magazines, which is some trifling, low-down, disrespectful, greasy crap. You take the magazine, douse it in that man's blood, put it in a little tourist one of them bags that an umbrella goes in to preserve it. The nerve. And then the other guy ran his face off to go get his Polaroid. He's shaking. He ain't even gave it enough time for it to dry. He's shaking it. $30,000. I mean, it's a bidding war. Pretty messed up. That's pretty messed up at that point. I mean, for them to profit that heavily off of that man's death, and he ain't even cold yet. Bogus. Now, another thing with the death scene, they shot him in the face, and a bird was shot, and it's dead on scene, a white bird. Here's the thing. In the movie that came out 2013, the TV movie, Donatella was having a fashion show at the same time, and they got in an argument, or like they always did, supposedly, and she hung up on her brother, and a white floaty butterfly was going through the room, and it was just everywhere. And that was in the movie, and then we see the white bird, so it's kind of making sense, the two films versus the film and the TV version. This is a good one, man. It's very good. I like where they're going with it. For it to be the first episode, they're on to something. They're definitely using what happened as far as the structure and what to build off of, and maybe what mistakes they made with the OJ one. Cuba acted his face off. Ricky Martin is acting his face off on this too. I'm excited. I think it's an off-the-chain series. I definitely want to mention to you that Monica Lewinsky's story is up next, and after that it's going to be the Hurricane Katrina for seasons 3 and 4. It's going down, y'all. They're doing pretty good on FX. So the biggest clues we got in the investigation so far is that the VIN came back. It's related to all those bodies, 4 other cases that are active. Yeesh. And the big dogs are involved. They're local. The big dogs have touched down, launching this massive manhunt for Andrew. It's crazy, man. We had the pawn shop situation, the SWAT going in, and that was still a bust. It's like bust after bust. Time is ticking. What's going on? During the investigation, we find out Gianna and Antonio were basically swingers. So who knows if, especially if there were drugs and alcohol involved, they may not know everybody who they were messing around with. I'm still not sure if Antonio had something to do with it at this point. Penelope put her foot in the pot of this episode. In her character, she's up there with Gina. I ain't gonna lie, you know, I'm not saying that coke is a valid outlet, but they did capture her fear, you know, that slight insecurity that her in the limo, you know, bashful whenever she would come out on the runway at the finale, her seeing that blood and PTSD stuff's kicking in. So I mean, that it's no shock that she ended up in rehab and collapsing and doing things like surgery and whatnot that she did. King fought the chick. Everybody has an outlet. Some are positive, some are not. But we know after her rib basically passed away, which was her brother, it sucked. Now Santos is pretty silent in this episode. Their other brother, he's just right there next to Donatella, chilling in the background. Antonio, 15 years you've been with someone, you're his partner, you are his family, right? You're not blood, but you're his family. And to Versace as a last name, that's family, is basically what they're saying. There's a clear difference. And when that will get read, blood ain't gonna matter. Final scene was pretty crazy because he bought every newspaper. He's in all yellow, pasty yellow, and he's got on Versace shades as he's looking at Gianni Versace, who he murdered. What? This guy is like happy and like it's like a celebration to him. It's like that's his trophy to see the newspaper. The mental illness is ill, man. It's crazy. It's nuts. It's sad. It's demented. It ain't right. But what do you guys think? Drop those comments below. Let me know, and make sure y'all subscribe. I'm telling you, please do it. Please do it. Versace, Versace, Versace. Until the next time, peace.